I just think that mental health awareness is so important, and especially in the Black community, we don't do anything about it. And I just feel like it's important that we try to get counseling. There are ways to get counseling, and you can do it through your job. I've even heard men say, "Well, I can't. I did therapy, it didn't work for me." Well, you can like actually pick your counselor. You can actually find people that specialize in certain things.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about. It's funny you mentioned that.
Okay.
One of the Dallas Cowboys, Randy Gregory. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so he's had off the field issues.
Yes.
He's been through it all.
Mm-hmm.
He said.
Terrell Owens too.
Yeah, he said. Shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Good play. He said that. People can offer all the help you need, but you gotta make up in your mind that you want to push through and get past.
The help.
You want to push through and get it and work it, and make up in your mind that you know what? Because I'm gonna tell you something. God bless you, April, and I mean this. God bless you with all your endurance and all what you had to endure. I know when my mom passed away for 2 weeks, I didn't want to do nothing. I was lazy as all the outdoors, and I didn't have to get up and go to want to do anything. But I had to realize the world's going to keep turning. It ain't going to stop.
It does
and
not
you wanted to stop. You wanted to just pause a moment. When things happen, you
want the world to stop.
Just pause. Just pause a moment. Let me catch my breath.
Yes.
Because I didn't see this one coming.
I didn't see this coming. Whew. Lord.
So I'm for real. I'm so for real. How much work did you put into what they gave you? You know what I'm saying? How much did you make it?
And if you go in with your wall up, it's not going to work if you go in with walls and barriers.
Come on now. Come on. Talk to me.
You have to come in, and then the counselor or the therapist cannot fix what you do not address. And you said something yesterday that really resonated with me. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. So
make sure you check on your strong friends too, y'all. That one friend that just act like they just got it all together. That's me. I'm real bad at that walk. Like I will be that person that will say everything is good, and I'll go home and like cry.
Now I will say this though. Sometimes the only person you can share it with is the good Lord and
period.
yourself.
That's the only one that can really fix it anyway.
Sometimes,
because that's what's that song by Mary? When she get home, she especially hit the flow. That's me.
Sometimes you just gotta let it all out, and hey, let me tell you, what goes on behind closed doors, stay behind closed doors.
Let it stay.
You might look like you're talking to yourself, but you're just talking it out. Whatever hey.
Y'all, you interrupting. Wait till I'm done. Okay, wait a minute. So what happened, girl?
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta make sure.
Okay. I'm just saying. Real talk.
You're right.
I'm just saying.
You're so right about that.
Yeah.
Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts become reality. If you keep thinking negatively, that's all you're going to see. Your brain, the way it works, it has to do what you want to see. So it's imperative to speak life into yourself and be aware of your thoughts. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about that I really didn't want to talk about, but I want to talk about suicide, surviving suicide. There's different traumas with surviving, being a suicide survivor or survivor of someone who committed suicide. One of mine was actually witnessing it. So you can either find the person that you can either find them already gone, or you're actually there when it happens. And so I want to talk to my people who are survivors of suicide. There's somebody in your family or a close friend or loved one who committed suicide, and I want to first of all tell you guys, please, as if you can, seek counseling. Please seek counseling. There's so many different groups out there. I'm going to give you guys numbers to call if you need someone to talk to. Like, there is so much help out there. Suicide survivors' remorse is real. And you will hear a lot of things from people who don't know the situation. All they're doing is they're on the outside looking in. So they only just go off of what they think. They'll think it was your fault. even the person that may have ended their life, you will feel like it's your fault because you felt like you couldn't do anything else. You may feel like your best wasn't enough. And I just want to read you guys a Bill of Rights. I actually had a chance to go to some suicide survivors group meetings as soon as it happened. I was proactive. I didn't wait because I just was not ready for this. So I want to read you guys really quick. You have the right to be free of guilt. You have the right to not feel responsible for the suicide death. You have a right to express your feelings and emotions, even if they seem unacceptable, but as long as they don't interfere with anybody else's rights. You have a right to have your questions answered honestly by authorities and family members. You have a right to not be deceived because others feel they can spare their further grief. You have the right to maintain a sense of hopefulness. You have a right to have hope. Just because they're gone and there's nothing you can do about it, that doesn't mean you have to stop living too. You have a right to peace and dignity. You have a right to walk this earth and still believe that there's a future for you. You have a right to have positive feelings about the person you lost due to suicide. Regardless of anything, you have a right to have a positive feeling about them. You have a right to retain your individuality and not be judged by the suicide. I was judged. I was blamed for it. It was really painful, y'all. And you have a right to your individuality. And you have a right to live your life. You have a right to not live in shame about it. Don't walk around feeling guilty. Don't do it. Because I was ready to have that life sentence. I was ready to walk around and feel bad about it. But you don't have to walk around like that. Think about that person and just think about what they experienced. Unfortunately, they were in a situation that they really felt like they could not escape from, and they felt like there was no one in this world that could fix it. And just don't make it your fault. You cannot make it your fault. You have a right to reach acceptance, and you have a right to seek counseling and support to enable you to explore your feelings honestly, to further your acceptance process. And lastly, you have the right to new beginnings. You have a right to be and a right to live. So I'm saying to y'all on this day that mental illness is real. And do not pretend like you're okay when you're not. Get help. Seek counseling. It's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing that God has given someone a gift to help you gather all of your feelings and everything that you were taught to suppress, to bring it forth so that you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. And it starts with admitting that you need the healing. Right?
Facts. You know, I think I need to see psychiatrists too, because I'm just Walter. I'm just like, because I just do some sporadic things like y'all.
We all no, you just very like you're I don't even want to say the D word because I hate people calling me that, but you're a bit dramatic, bro. But I mean, you know, I am too.